Hi, this is Paul Sackis, Good News Planet. I'm speaking to Lynn Ford. Hi, Lynn. How are you?
I'm good this morning.
Good, good. You're CEO of ING, Individual Retirement, the company's U.S. individual retirement business. Okay, great. And can people retire nowadays?
It's a long road to retirement, and we've been studying consumer trends over the last several years in a series of studies that we're calling the hearts and minds of retirement consumers. And our most recent survey, while we have known that people are more and more aware that that retirement is individually on their own shoulders, the thing that emerged from this most recent study is that people are more confused and overwhelmed than ever before. They really don't have a roadmap or a recipe for retirement. And specifically, it's sort of a paradox. People report that they want control, they want to be empowered, but at the same time they need a lot of advice and guidance. Advice on things like allocating their investments, calculating their financial needs, creating solutions for retirement income.
Let's start with the first thing. You need to get older to retire. So it appears that, and statistics are coming out, is that people are living longer. So it seems to me that's a big concern. So if you thought you were going to you're going to retire at 65, but now you're going to live to 105, what do you do?
Yeah, this is particularly an issue for people who hit, say, age 65 and are healthy. Many times when people hit this age bracket, I ask them about their life expectancy, and it's not uncommon for someone to say, I think I'll live to be 85 or 87. Fact of the matter is, if you've reached age 65 and you're healthy, say a husband and wife, there's a 50-50 chance that one of the two is going to live to age 92. So you're spot on, and what I like to say to people is if you can't imagine you're going to live that long, then I feel pretty certain you wouldn't be able to plan for it. So really assessing your family and your health as you get older and realizing that your money may have to last longer than you thought it would.
That was a very deep comment, Lynn.
But it's true, right?
100%. As soon as they discovered DNA, I'm going for 250.
Exactly.
So now, with that reality of living longer and with a unsettling financial climate, what's the best? I know Inc. has a lot of people to sit down and talk to. I think it's a wise thing and I do advise our audience to go and speak to someone because I know how to make TV shows. They know how to do finance.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. And so getting advice is really important. I think sometimes people feel that they somehow should be able to do it on their own, but fact of the matter is if you've had a different type of career that's not in financial services, there should be no hesitancy about going out and getting help from someone who does, understand and can help you with strategies to make you successful. I think as people approach retirement, particularly over 50, and it really becomes something that is closer than when you first start out, it's very important to make sure that your assumptions are realistic around what rate of return that you expect while you're in retirement and how much money you can draw down off of your nest egg and so forth. These are going to be the components that are going to help you understand, can I retire now at age 62 or should I wait till longer?
And a lot of financial instruments, and correct me if I'm wrong here, in essence, to get help and to get assistance, it's not necessarily going to cost you money because it's not, you're, I guess the company gets paid on, in essence, by maybe the other company that you purchased these items with.
Yeah, that's right. So if someone went to retirewithing.com and educated themselves a little bit and then decided they wanted to talk to one of our phone-based representatives, there's no cost for that.
Okay, you
can dial us up.
Okay, so it's very important. So now with the financial crunch, and even people maybe having to dip into IRAs and into retirement money at a younger age, what do you suggest?
Yeah, if you can avoid dipping into any money that's in a tax-deferred format, I strongly recommend that because obviously if you draw out of a 401k or an IRA prior to 59 and a half, you're subject to penalty and taxes. So it is really, really important to let that money work for the long term, and that's when you're going to get the most benefit of the compounded growth and so forth. If you do have 401ks with other employers, maybe with the economy you've changed jobs, etc., you do have a couple of options. We talked about not cashing it out. That's very important. You can certainly leave it behind, but some people find that kind of tedious, getting statements and so forth from previous employers. You do have an option to roll it into a new plan. If you're now with a new company, you'd have to go to the HR department and get forms and that sort of thing. The option that I would say 80% of the people take is rolling it out into an IRA format. And so what that does is it allows you to put it in an individual retirement account, and you can invest it in whatever is right for you, and you have complete control over those assets.
With even with taxes, some they promote the fact that if you want to hold on to your money longer, maybe take more deductions and so on and so forth. Do people at older age, do they consider that as another way to get by?
Well, the IRA account in certain income brackets does allow for, the traditional IRA allows for deductibility on taxes. That's certainly an option. We do encourage IRA contributions. We talked about tax season right around the corner here. This year, individuals can make a contribution to an IRA up and through April 18th this year to get credit on last year's tax returns. So you have until April 18th, Monday, April 18th this year, since the 15th landed on a Saturday, to make that contribution. And if you're over the age of 50, you actually have a provision called a catch-up provision, which allows you to contribute a maximum of $6,000. And sometimes over the age of 50, people feel, they look and say, I haven't been doing what I need to. I need to contribute a little bit more.
Then how do you handle, and we're making a couple of shows on this, on elder care and on how to wills and things like that. I imagine that's extremely important for people.
Yeah. So when you actually look at all the components of a financial plan, and making sure that you have a will, making sure that you've considered things such as long-term care and health care needs in retirement, that's going to be a very important thing to factor in. An advisor can help you with that, whether they're working on the phone or in the field. When you think about how much money you're going to need in retirement and how much your monthly expenses are going to be, some of these sorts of things will be components of that, and you'll want to make sure that they're accounted for. The will obviously is a one-time cost, but certainly a very, very important thing in making sure you have squared away for you.
Peace of mind with the entire family. Your website is fantastic. What a bunch of great information on there.
Well, thank you. We spent a lot of time, again, testing this with consumers to make sure that it was clear and simple and not a lot of jargon, and aimed at educating people. That's retirewithing.com.
Yeah, it's great. Last question. What's good news for you, Lynn? Thanks for sharing all this as well.
Okay, thanks so much.
But what's good news for you?
What's good news for me?
Yeah.
The good news for me would be if Americans, a higher percentage of Americans could report that they feel that they're on track to have a successful retirement.
Fantastic. Okay, thanks so much, Lynn.
All right, thanks.
Thanks
Bye.
for the marathons as well.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.